Welcome everyone to Dragon Quest FM, where we talk about and obsess over Dragon Quest. I'm Austin,
I'm BJ.
and this week I was saying we match right before
Oh,
this.
we
That's
do. We
we
have
both
our.
have on gray shirts, and we
Yep,
didn't plan it.
we did not. We're boring old adult men with our heathered gray shirts on. If you're not
Dude,
watching,
dude, this shirt is so comfy. It's like my lounge around in shirt. It's like a V-neck from Target, and it's like a $6 shirt, and it's
nice.
just super cozy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine's one.
I
Mine's a Life is Good one that I
okay.
like a bunch. That super big and comfy, and I like it a lot. So today you guys get us at the point where we're just gonna be comfy talking to each other.
So I actually like these shirts so much, by the way. I'm gonna shut up about shirts in a minute. But I actually like these shirts so much, by the way,
Yeah,
that I went back and bought more. Just like of the same exact shirt. Like not even in other colors. I
that's what I was
just
about to
wanted
ask. Was it at least a different color?
no, I had a couple in other colors already, but no, I just wanted like just the gray like V-neck this material
Yeah,
shirt, and I was like, yeah, it's fine. That's just what I'm gonna do.
that's
Um,
that sounds like
anyway,
you.
so you went to Gen Con last week.
I did. I am exhausted. I am
I,
completely and totally just zonked out right now. We got home last night around 5 p.m. And I am still just out of it after going that hard for 5 days, really, because I started on Wednesday night with an event. So I mean, I'm going
so that's why we didn't have an episode last week for
right.
people who were maybe wondering. BJ was going to Gen Con, and then I'm flying out to Seattle tomorrow. This time tomorrow, I will be at the airport already. Um, and so anyway, we were like, hey, we'll just do a catch up between the two of us and also try to get something out just amidst all the
Yep.
traveling craziness. Um, I guess we haven't really talked since you've been gone though.
No, not much. It's I've not
Um,
been able to talk to hardly anybody. It's been kind of crazy.
so number one thing I want to know about, because you sent a picture of it into our D&D group chat,
Right.
the FF14 tabletop game, the Final Fantasy 14
Yeah.
tabletop game. That's just a sample, or it's like the actual rule book?
That's just the sample. That's just the kind of
Okay.
quick start guide that they gave out. I haven't had a chance to sit down and like even open it up. I will I have it over here. It's a beautiful piece
It's really
of
pretty.
if you're on video you can see it. It's a beautiful Final Fantasy 14 online TTRPG piece of art, and what's great about it is like that's a folder. Like it's a
Oh,
folder that they put this booklet in, and then it has a grid on the back of it for you to use as your for minis and everything. And
yeah,
this one is they call it the trial booklet rather than a quick start, but
that's funny. That's
it
hilarious.
it is absolutely gorgeous. It has their examples in here are comics to show you how to play our Final Fantasy 14 comics. And so I like they have it has art from the games, of course, like it has screenshots and using all of that, but even inside it shows how it gives you ideas of markers how the monster is going to attack. So you get warnings and things like that. Like I haven't been able to read this. Don't get me wrong. This is me assuming based on the way they look with the monsters and everything. Um,
Yeah.
and the based on, knowing the game and how they want you to move, but it's got like a black mage strategy guide, uh, a trial scenario out in Necrologos, and I can't remember the name of the desert outside, but it's
Thanalan.
Thanalan, that's it. It's really really cool. Like they show you where to place the monsters on the scenario grid, how they're gonna come. Like it's really cool. I saw it and I didn't know there was any kind of presence for Final Fantasy 14 TTRPG at Gen Con this year.
Yeah, I
And
didn't either.
so when I saw it, I just kind of looked down as I passed by, and my eyes got really big, and my face got this huge grin on it, like there's like that. And the guy who was giving them out just kind of looked at me and laughed and was so excited that I was so excited. And he was like, "Here, take one." He was like, "You can take it." And I was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know that this was out yet. Like, I didn't know that I could even get anything like this." And so I got it, and because I sent you guys the immediate picture of it, like I
Hmm.
walked down around the corner and was like, "Y'all hold up a second, I need to take this picture," and sent you guys a picture of the outside of the folder. I ended up sending the friends I was there with around a couple more times to get copies of it. So you've got one of these waiting on you in your Austin
No,
pile,
no, no
and
way.
and
That's awesome.
I got
Thank
was
you.
able to get one other copy. So either Dale or Barry will get a copy of it. Probably whoever I see first.
Oh, awesome.
But I
Thank
got a
you.
couple extra copies of it, and usually I ask if I can get one for my friends, but whenever they're not there. But this time, because our group was actually so big, I was like, I didn't feel comfortable being like, "Hey, can I get like 4 or 5 of these to give to my group?" It's like, and they had stacks of them. It wasn't like it was a small thing, like. But it was at a booth that I can't remember the name of. It was like From Japan Games or something like that, and it was not a Square Enix booth. It was not a one of the publisher group booths. It was multiple games that were being imported, and so it was. But
Hmm.
it was cool. I didn't have a chance to talk with any of them, but I was super glad to get the trial booklet. Which I am glad it has the folder on it too.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to be able to actually use that sometime.
And I didn't know you had me a copy. So
I
for
know.
people
So
watching
I
this,
waited.
that was like my real reaction to finding out you got me that. So thank you. That's really awesome. I actually thought I didn't know because when you sent that in the like D&D Discord group, it looks a lot like the cover to the actual like core rule book, right?
Okay,
Which
right.
I think this game came out maybe in February or
Was
maybe
it?
even
Okay.
was toward the end of last year. I have the dates set because I was going to review it for work. And
Right.
then there was like different things happening in the background and shuffling around, and I just never like sent a request in, never got a review copy. Now it's been out for a while, so it's kind of like past the review stage for something like
Right.
this. But whenever I saw the cover of it, I thought it was like you just straight up had like the rule book
No,
now.
I would have grabbed a copy if I had seen it, but I did not see the actual full rule book there. All I saw when I went back around to the booth and everything was this trial.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check, but I'm almost positive it had come out that it's out
Yeah.
now. Um,
So if you guys
but
are out there
but
playing
that's
it and
really
you
cool.
know about this Final Fantasy 14 TTRPG, let us know how it is. Like this is something our
Yeah.
group has been really excited about from the moment we heard about it because we used to play 14 together and still do occasionally when we all have subscriptions. So let us know how it is if you're one of the listeners who's played this.
And maybe who knows? Maybe that means Square will make like a Dragon Quest X tabletop game too.
Oh, I'm trying to cross every finger. Like I
Wouldn't
can't
that
get it.
be
I have tiny sausage fingers, but
wouldn't that be so fun? You like go around on your little penny board and
man, that would be so great.
yeah,
Um,
money board.
money board, I think. Yeah.
Penny board are like the little skateboards.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's really cool.
So, oh yeah.
By the way, okay, so while you were gone, there was a Nintendo Direct.
Okay. And
Um,
I did
that
not
that
see anything about Nintendo Direct while it's gone. I was
it wa-
completely out of it.
it wasn't like massively spectacular or anything. In Japan, they showed more of DQ one and two remake.
Cool.
In the US, they didn't, which was shocking to me. They did release an English trailer. It just
Okay.
wasn't a part of the direct. And it was shocking to me because before beforehand, like, PR companies, usually
Yeah.
like, hey, if you agree to embargo, we'll let you know some things.
Right.
So I knew in advance that there was a new trailer, and I just assumed it was happening with the direct, and then it didn't come with the direct, and
Huh.
it threw me off, and I was like, well, that's weird.
Right.
Um, and then but it was in the Japan one. It wasn't in the English one. But then Square Enix on its own released the trailer later that same day, which
Right.
was a
Good.
weird which was a weird thing. They did confirm for just you and anybody listening that maybe didn't know this already. They did confirm the Princess of
Mm.
Canic. as a new playable character. They updated their website. You can go there now and check out like little fun bios on all the characters
Right.
that are playable. They, showed off some new monsters, like the sprites for the monsters that are in those
Yeah.
games and stuff. And it wasn't like a massive, like earth-shattering new trailer. It was kind of more just like a, hey, remember this? Here's a little
Yeah.
more. But overall, I thought it was cool. The Nintendo Direct was kind of eh.
Yeah.
I felt like I was like a third party direct, so it was
Yeah.
just
Which
like
are hit or miss depending on what games they've got to show.
there was two Square Enix games at the end. One was Octopath Traveler Zero,
Oh.
which looks interesting. The other one I thought was going to be a like a chrono game.
Yeah, you mentioned this morning.
I could tell based on the main character because he has like a little like cowboy hat with a feather in it.
Yeah.
He's like a little Yankee Doodle. I could tell up front that it wasn't like a Chrono Trigger like HD 2D remake.
Mm-hmm.
But it had like the like time symbols and stuff that are in like Chrono
Yeah.
Trigger and Chrono Cross had like that looking stuff in it, and that's kind of what it opened with.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, new protagonist. Is this like Chrono? I don't know, not Trigger, not Cross, like Chrono Circle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, what is, this is this a new Chrono game? Like I thought it was really cool, and I was like already getting ready. I was like, I don't care if BJ is at Gen Con, if this is like a
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger game, like shooting him a message like, dude, you have to see this. But then it ended up being something weird. It's called like the Millennium Tales of Elliot or
Yeah.
something like that. It's like it looks interesting. There's a demo now, which I haven't
Okay.
had a chance to try yet, but I've heard good things. Um, but it does seem like Square Enix is just going like all in on the HD 2D
Yeah, I
style,
mean,
not even for just remakes, but just for games
it's
now.
probably an easy engine to design for versus straight 3D games, and it has an actual 3D element which makes it appear really good in HD, and they've got a good engine already that they know people like. I mean, I can't
People
blame
love
them
it
for
right
going
now.
on in.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of like that's the way I kind of look at it too. It's like horror movies get big, so it's like every studio pushes out a horror movie, and
uh-huh.
then superhero movies get big, so every studio wants a superhero movie. Where it's kind of like that's kind of the way I'm looking at it, is like Square Enix knows that people like HD 2D,
Yep.
so it's like everything we make now is HD 2D, which I don't necessarily feel great about personally, but anyway, so that's what you missed.
Yeah, I mean, but I saw a lot of other cool stuff though. I missed that, which I hate missing that. I'm gonna have to go in a little while and watch Chrono Trigger 3, not Chrono Trigger 3's
Not Chrono Trigger
not
3.
Chrono
Yeah.
Trigger 3's trailer here in a bit. But like I did play like Shovel Knight, the board game. Like, have you ever played the Shovel Knight games?
Yes, but not like I played a Shovel Knight game on like the Wii was the last one.
Yeah.
I
And
think I played a
I
Shovel Knight
played it
game
a
on.
bit on the 3DS, and I've played it here and there, and like I've never been super into it, but the
Yeah.
board game they did is awesome. Like we did
Oh,
two
really?
demos of it while we were there,
Yeah.
and finally got the whole. There were four of us who went, my D&D group here in town, and we got all four of us there to play it with the demo person, and well, my friend Jared and Ariel ended up buying it after that with the Gen Con deal to get the extra character and everything. It was I think $110, like, but you get like 70 something minis in this huge box, and like it's a side scrolling game. Like every turn you scoot the board a little bit and overturn new stuff as you're moving forward along it, and you fight the monsters, and it's a dice pool game where you have so many dice looking for different symbols, and it turned out to be a lot of fun. And the
Hmm.
bosses, when you get to a boss, it does a different random attack every turn, where it's like the old 8-bit NES games where they have the patterns that they go go and hit you in and just zoom and land somewhere else
Uh-huh.
different in the room. Like
Uh-huh.
it did stuff like that. Like it was really, really good. And it was the first time I'd played like a dungeon crawler board game that was multiplayer like that because I've only ever played them single player like Gloomhaven. I would set up and play alone, and Jennifer would make fun of me for it, but I had fun doing it, going through the scenarios. Just it's just a strategy game at that point, and
Right.
but I really, really enjoyed it. So if y'all ever get a chance to play it, I suggest taking. I don't know if it's worth the $110 if you're not going to play it a lot, but if you're
Yeah.
a miniatures gaming person, there are a lot of minis in it, and they're really well made. So it's definitely worth it if you're a minis person. But that was the only other like video game adaptation kind of thing that I played.
Hmm.
My buddy bought a bunch of the Fallout RPG stuff. I got a review copy a while back of the core rule book, and we had played through the starter set. And
Yeah.
Jared bought like all of the Fallout RPG stuff from Modifius, and because it's a really good game, and he's wanting to get started on it sometime. But we played through the starter set, and so that one's really cool too. That we got it. I look forward to seeing how the actual full version of the game works and plays outside of the starter set and the starter adventure.
Yeah. That's really cool. Um, I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. So here's something else that we haven't got a chance to talk about yet.
Right.
Okay. So, um, I've recently become obsessed with a video game. Um,
Okay.
the last few days, I've sank a lot of time into it. All right. I have Donkey Kong Bonanza because Grace wanted that for her
Oh,
birthday.
cool. Yeah.
She's been playing it. Neither one of us really like it all that much. I don't know. I don't know if we're Nintendo people anymore, or what the deal is, but we haven't played that very much. The game that I'm currently obsessed with is Bluey, the video game, because I'd heard mixed things when it came out, and it is very short, and I don't really care about like it is cool. It looks like the episodes and like you play through it.
Okay. Yeah.
But the thing that I like is in every level there's all these collectibles to find. And you
Okay.
fill out your sticker book and you get like trophies and all this stuff for it. And I've been like yesterday evening, I've been playing with the kids because it's up to 4 players, so it's a lot of fun
Okay.
too.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
But
I was gonna make
yesterday
fun of you for taking it from your children as a kids game, so I got you.
I did though. None of them wanted to play it with me yesterday, and I was like, you know what, screw it. Like I want to find some more collectibles. And Grace walked into the living room and she was like, are you playing the Bluey game by yourself? I was like, yes, yes, I am. And I just really want to find all the collectibles. It's not a long game. Like I'm going to be over it probably this afternoon. I'm probably going to find the last couple of things.
Right.
Um, but yeah, you have to fill up like a water can and like make certain plants grow and it fills up a sticker and there's like items to find, like
Yeah.
multiple items to find and like every level and you can like fully explore their house. And I mean, I love Bluey anyway. Like that's one of those kids shows that I can watch with my kids and
It
like
is. It's really
I don't
good.
I don't want to die when I'm watching it. And I like actually enjoy myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been playing that game and at work, like we have a thing where like people kind of discuss like what, they're playing right now.
Uh-huh.
And so people are, like Tony Hawk 3 and 4, like Death Stranding 2 and all this stuff. And I'm like, y'all, Bluey is
Bluey.
really, really fun right now.
Is it a 2D game or a 3D game?
Um,
Oh,
yes, like they try it's a 3D game, but like they try to make it like the actual sprites themselves. They try to make it look like the actual like you're playing through a Bluey episode.
okay. Yeah.
Um, but like you can fully explore the house, the backyard. You can go to like the park and the beach and
Yeah.
the creek, like noticeable places from like
Right.
different episodes. Um, I see the criticism that it was like too short or whatever, but I just needed you and everyone else to know that I have recently, in like the last 72 hours, been really
Wow.
obsessed with the Bluey video game.
Wow, that is. I did not expect it to be Bluey. Like I didn't know
It's
what to expect. I expected some sort of weird, obscure indie game that was just kind of weird, like wacky and off the wall that you would never get into otherwise. But this one was not what I expected at
no,
all, being a Bluey game.
I'm not that cool. Yeah. It's on PS Plus if you have PS Plus Extra.
I don't. I don't
That's
have
what
any
that
of it now.
it was recently added to PS Plus Extra. So I decided to download it. Um,
Nice.
and I bought it, and then like my PS5, the disc drive broke. You remember?
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
remember.
and the day we found out my PS5 disc drive didn't work anymore was because we were trying to put the Bluey game into it because we had just gotten it.
Oh,
And
well, that
so then
sucks.
so then now it's on PS Plus, we downloaded it and gave it a try, and I am actually having a lot of fun with it.
Like I am flabbergasted. I don't actually know where to go from there because Bluey is a fantastic show. Like I don't blame you for this. Like
It's
I
it's
I have
the
fun with games like this too.
It's the collecting is what
Yeah.
it is. Like if it was just playing through those little episodes of Bluey, it would have been like, oh, that's a clever way to do it. Like that's
Right.
fun. But I wouldn't have just and I'd play it with my kids or whatever, but
Yep.
because there's like collectibles to go through and find, like that is what is making me go and play it when even my kids won't play it with me.
Yep.
Where I'm just like, I gotta go find these flamingos and these tennis rackets and like I have to do it. Yeah.
That makes you're gonna have to tell me when you platinum it. I'm gonna have to know that you've platinumed the Bluey
It,
game.
it'll be today. There's two plants that I can't find. And the way the plants work, I did not mean to talk about Bluey this long, y'all. I'm sorry. But there's there's plants and what the way it works is you get the little like watering can
Uh-huh.
and you have to go fill it up at like a fountain or the hose or whatever, and you can usually get like three good like pours before you have to go back and
All
refill it.
right.
And some plants you have to water a whole lot. Like the tree in the creek level was really annoying because you had to run back through like the whole level like three times to water it enough.
Yeah, that kind of thing
But
is really old.
I've missed two, and I suspect that they're back at the healer house on the second floor. There's like an outdoor porch area that I think has
Right.
potted plants that
Okay.
I think I have to run outside and get the watering can and go up there. If that's not where they are, I'm just going to give in and Google it, I think, because the only thing I lack are two plants and then I'll platinum it. So it's not like a hard game. I mean it's Bluey. So
Yeah. Like they're
it's
not
not
making it you have to play in Bluey Plus mode after you beat it.
right, but you do unlock things. Like there's a bunch of mini games you can play as a family. Like there's
Yeah.
Keepy Uppy where you're trying to hit the balloon up, and
Oh,
there's
right.
there's the ground is lava, which I love, and my kids hate that one. There's Magic Xylophone where you have to run around and try to freeze everybody. That's their favorite. So there's like these fun
Yeah.
kind of like almost like Mario Party style like little mini games that
Yeah.
you can just and you can choose which stage you want to do it on, and you just run around
Yeah.
and do that. So it's like there's a certain amount of replay value to it, and like especially having kids like the age that mine are, where
Right.
like they're old enough to be good at video games, but young enough that they want to play a Bluey video game.
Yep.
And so it's like it's perfect.
That's awesome that it's Bluey. That is
I, I'm having a
I've
good
got
time with
nothing
it.
like Bluey. The game that at Gen Con really got me was Daggerheart. Like I was excited to really finally get Daggerheart because I've been
Yeah.
working on some stuff to do the conversion. I've been working with a company called Everon to do conversions from 5th edition to Daggerheart, but all I've had is the digital version. And so I
Mm.
really needed to get the core set, but it's sold out everywhere. And like even when I went to the Darrington booth earlier, they were like, "Yeah, we sold out really early this morning. You'll have to come back tomorrow to get it." And then so I had a meeting. Actually, I got lucky enough to get a meeting with Darrington that morning. And so I was like, "This is gonna be the last day I get a chance to do this, but I can't. I have a meeting at the exact same time that the thing opens up." So I sent my friend Lloyd to get it, and he was to pick it up for me, and 'cause I knew that if I didn't get it then, that they were going to be completely sold out from the con. And Friday morning, and sure enough, like that afternoon, they had posted a sign they were completely out of the core sets because they just can't keep them in stock anywhere. And when he was looking around, he got really lost and thought he was going to mess everything up for me because he couldn't remember the name of the press and he couldn't remember the name of the game. And so it was like Daggerton Press that he kept looking for around. And apparently he kept walking in circles around it and not seeing Darrington as he went all the way around. And
Uh-huh.
it was like just all weekend long we were just making fun of him for not being able to like go up and down this aisle because it was just on an end cap in the middle. But I was really lucky to be able to get the core set of it. And this game is really good. I don't know if you've played it with anybody. I know you had mentioned earlier to me that y'all have a review at Screen Rant, but you didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't have I kind of regret it now. It was an offer to review Daggerheart, and it was kind of like I don't have the time for it.
You're right.
Um, So Carrie, our friend Carrie, who also co-hosted an episode of this podcast with me like 4 years ago.
Yeah, she's
So
awesome.
listeners will know her too. Yeah, she's really cool. She reviewed it for Screen
Right.
Rant and spoke very highly of it. When she was done, she was like in the like little fun chat we have with
Uh-huh.
everybody. She was like, "Hey, does anybody here want to do a Daggerheart adventure?" And like different writers were like chiming in and like, yeah, I would really like to do it.
Yeah,
And I don't know if they ever did or not, but
I hope so.
I didn't chime in. I think it would be cool, but also I'm just like I have two different like D&D games going right now,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I don't think I really have time to like do
Right.
another one. Um, but I've heard really good things. I kind of have a little remorse now that I didn't do Daggerheart.
Yeah.
I was curious. The new like Brandon Sanderson Cosmere RPG.
Yeah.
We're having like fantastic luck covering it
Are
right
you
now. Like
really?
we're
Good.
writing about it a lot. One of our editors like backed it on Kickstarter
Okay.
and so has been playing it and has been talking highly of it. Was that there at all or
It
no?
was there. I didn't actually spend any time at that booth. It was swamped pretty much every time I went by. Like all of the reps and all the people were talking to somebody every time. But the best snippet that I heard out of anybody was somebody asking about how it all tied into canon. And the guy just kind of patted the book on the thing. He's like, everything in this book is canon, like that, where he was like apparently having to deal with that a lot over the weekend, and so it was like you could tell he was a little bit frustrated, but also was emphasizing it to show that it was all canon. But that's the extent of my experience with the Cosmere booth at all. Like I didn't get a chance to play the game or to even really look through the book because there were people there all weekend long.
That's it's funny that you say that because I didn't realize that, but our one of our like top articles right now is about that. That's what it's about how it's
Okay.
like an actual like should be considered like a Cosmere novel because
Hmm.
it's all canon and
Yeah.
everything. And so I guess that's why it's doing so well because everybody is like asking that question.
Yeah, it's apparently
Um,
the number one question with it. And I got to see some of it's a different company that's doing it, but they did a Kickstarter not long ago for minis that they did, like physical miniatures for Cosmere, and they look really awesome. Like they're very highly detailed 28 millimeter minis, and then they have one of them that was the Chasm Fiend, and that one I loved the way that it looked with the big rock on its back and everything. Like the Chasm
mhm.
Fiend looked really, really cool. The minis are great. Like if I were to play the game, I would buy a set of the minis for sure.
Is it so it's built as a Cosmere RPG, but is it just Stormlight Archive or is
I
it
don't
like
know. I actually do not know that.
because you were talking about Chasm Fiend and like I know I'd seen like the minifigure of like them in Shard Plate,
Yeah, yeah.
um, and like with shard blades and stuff.
I
And so I was just curious.
I think what I know about this one is that a lot of it is based on Stormlight, and I'm thinking like, and I may be making it up that I heard this somewhere, but I'm thinking that stuff like Mistborn and all of that are going to be the expansions and other modules for it, the supplements, where the main
Oh,
book is going
got
to be
it.
is Stormlight. I don't hold me to that because I'm not sure where I read that,
That
but
makes
it would
sense.
make sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, just like I assume the FF14 one is just a Realm Reborn right now.
Yeah, it's what it looks like in the
Yeah.
trial. I'm not
All,
sure about the
all
core book, but
Yeah, all the stuff you were showing me and all the like assets I've seen from the core rule book made me
yeah,
think that it's like, Gridania and like Thanalan,
yeah.
Limsa Lominsa and stuff like that. That's really cool though.
But yeah, I mean, it look really cool, but I don't know anything at all about that game. I got to play what my favorite thing that happened this weekend was I got to do an interview with some of the D&D people. I went to a press event on Wednesday night, and I got to sit down with Justice Armand and Mackenzie De Armas and do an interview with them. But the next morning, I got to sit down. It was for what was called at the time an unannounced project. I knew I was going to get a hands-on with an unannounced project. And it turns out the unannounced project is now out of embargo with Adventures in Faerun and all that. But before the embargo was up, I got to go into this room, and I thought it was going to be on a folding table at Gen Con like everything else. But like it was at one of those full gaming tables. Like they had decorations and dragons on the wall. It was set up like a full actual play. And Mackenzie De Armas, one of the developers on D&D DM'd a game for us. Like I got to get to play in a
Oh,
D&D game for the upcoming Adventures in Faerun, DM'd by one of the people who made it at Wizards of the
wow.
Coast. And like that was the highlight of the weekend for me. Like being able to sit there as a wizard blowing stuff up and like it was and playing at a gaming table as well. Like I've never sat at one of the ones with the big pit in the middle where you roll the dice on the really soft thing. We didn't have minis, unfortunately. She didn't have time to get that set up before everything was going that morning. But it was fantastic being in that kind of environment. I'm sad I got was gonna have a chance on getting to play a game that Justice was DMing, but it was lasting an hour and a half instead of just an hour. And I had an interview I'd set up beforehand with Jenny Jarzobski from Paizo about Starfinder 2,
Look
and
at
I
you
had to
just
make it. I
name
know, right?
dropping, name
Like it's
dropping.
as one of my friends called me a fancy pants media guy, and it was really funny. He went into the press room with me because I needed to get a drink and refill my water bottle, and I came back over. He was like, BJ, do you want a Coke Zero? And I'm like, yeah. So then he handed me a cup. He put ice in the cup, and then he opened the Coke Zero for me and handed it to me. I'm like, Lloyd, are you serving me? And I was like, this is weird, man. He was like, I feel like I ought to do something with coming into the press room and not being the one in here for something. I figured I might as well do something. And it just made me laugh. But it was but yeah, it was like this year at Gen Con, like I finally felt like a media person going around and getting to do some of the stuff, and I'm going to be able to write about it. Like it was and meet people. It was really, really cool. But that was by far the highlight of the con for me was getting to play in a game with one of the D&D people because I was sad I missed last year when Jeremy Crawford was DMing one and all of his stuff was sold out. I found out about it much too late to sign up. And
Gotcha.
so this year I was complaining about that. I was like, if there was one like that and I had the money to do it this year, that would have been cool. And then it actually happened. Like it was really, really neat getting to do that. So I was super, super duper excited. And I can say that the Adventures in Faerun box set does have at least, haven't seen the other stuff from it. It has a really cool adventure with a fire giant and you move a whole volcano across the continent to try to save a village. Like it
That
is
sounds
actually
cool.
really cool. So I can
Yeah,
say wholeheartedly from firsthand experience, I there's a lot of laughing and blowing stuff up in it, which has actually been a lot of fun to play. So it takes
yeah,
about an hour to an hour and a half to run. So easy to pick up, but I
yeah.
truly did enjoy that. Like it was fantastic.
That's awesome. Um, well, thank you guys for listening to this week's episode. We're about to run out of time. Um, this was really just the two of us catching up, but I hope
Yep.
people found it interesting anyway. Um, I I'm not doing anything with gaming when I go to Seattle, so I doubt I'm going to be talking about my trip when I come back. Um, but I did pre-record a little episode from our weekly minisodes. It'll be up on the 11th since I won't be
Right.
around. It's about baseball. I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm going to Seattle to watch some baseball games and check out some of the music scene there.
Yep.
So anyway, so that's what you can listen to next week. This week's minisode, I don't know. Is it you rambling about Gen Con
It'll probably be rambling
longer?
about different
Daggerheart?
parts of Gen Con. I'm gonna record it in just a moment.
Yeah. But anyway, so you guys can check that out at patreon.com / Dragon Quest FM if you'd like to join our community. And a shout out to all our patrons. We really appreciate all of you guys. If you want to chat with us, we're on Twitter and Blue Sky at Dragon Quest FM. You can also chat with me on Blue Sky at Dragon Questin.
And I am on Blue Sky at bjkgames.com. I'm on Twitter at bjkgames. And again, like you said, you can support the podcast at patreon.com/DragonQuestFM, and it would mean the whole world to us. So I will talk to you next week.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye, y'all.